channel. Today I am recording from my son's kitchen and I am participating in a collaboration, and this month we are visiting Bali and my dish is called Sate Lilit. So let me show you the ingredients that we're going to be using. Alright guys, so let me show you the ingredients that we're going to be using today. What I have here is 6 half chicken breasts and the meat of 4 chicken legs. And what we're going to do is slice this up in small bits and get it blended up in the food processor. But for now, what I have here is a couple tablespoons of coriander. I'm going to put that here in my little pan. And I have a little less than a tablespoon of cumin. I'm going to put this in here as well, and I'm going to toast these and grind them up. I'll come on back after that. Alright guys, so I got those roasted and blended up and ground up. That's what I have here. And this recipe calls for kaffir lime leaves, but I've tried at different stores and I wasn't able to find it, so I figure a good substitute would be just a zest of a lime. So I got the zest of 1 big lime here. Okay, now let's move on to the other things that we're going to be using. And while my stuff was toasting, I went ahead and cut up my chicken into little bits to make it easier for the food processor to break it down. So what I have here is about 1 head of garlic, putting that in a dry pan. The recipe calls for something that's called candle nuts, but I can't find that. However, they said that macadamia nuts, that's a good substitute. So I'm going to also toast these. I have some ginger. I would say that's going to end up being about 2 tablespoons. I'm just going to cut that up in this dry pan also. And I have 3 shallots. I'm going to cut these up in here. I have 1 finger of turmeric. I'll cut it up, put that in there. Then I have these Thai chilies. What I'm gonna do is open these up, take the seeds out, cut them up, put them in here. And these are 2 mini bell peppers, same thing. Cut them up, put them in here, toast them, and then we'll come on back. Now my chicken is blended up and I've roasted my aromatics. I'm just gonna get them in my food processor and get them blended up. Alright, so now I'm going to, that this is blended, I have my stick of lemongrass. I'm going to slice it up and put about that much, that whole white piece in here, and then we'll come on back. Okay, now, so I have all of these blended. I'm going to put them on my stove and saute them until the color sort of changes. I'm going to add in my spices here as well so they can toast in there with that. I'm going to also add in 2 bay leaves and just some oil. I would say about 1.5 tablespoons and some white pepper. And I will come on back and let you see what that looks like. About 1 teaspoon of white pepper. Alright guys, so this has been on my stove for about 5 minutes. I'm gonna put my brown sugar, like I said, it's 1/4 cup, and mix it in so it dissolves properly before we mix everything together. Alright, so while that stuff is going on the stove, these lemongrass stalks, this is what we're gonna be using to put our meat on, and I want to get it to be about this length, as the meat will go on this side. So these are pretty long, so I think I will cut them into 3 pieces. And also I have some skewers for any additional ones that we may need. So I'll go ahead and do this and then we'll come back. Alright guys, so here is my mixture. It's sauteed enough. I guess we sauteed it for maybe about 10 minutes. And I'm going to be using chicken bouillon here for my salt. You can just choose salt if you wanted to. I'm going to say about 2 tablespoons for now. And what I'll do is once we get that mixed into our meat, we can cook a little bit of it to taste it to see if our seasoning is sufficient. I also have a small can here, 5.6 ounces of coconut milk. I'm gonna pour that in here, all of it, and mix it together. I just want to make sure everything's nicely incorporated, and also that'll help to cool my liquid off before cool my mixture off before I put it in my chicken. Okay, you don't want to really add this hot mixture for obvious reasons into your chicken. All right, I will be back. I forgot to add my lemon zest. Now, like I said, kaffir lime leaves is what I'm supposed to be using, but I can't find it, so we're going with zest. All right, guys, so I've got my chicken out of the refrigerator. We're gonna introduce our seasoning mixture, and this mixture is called Bumbu Genep. Hope I'm not butchering it. Bali guys, don't be mad at me if I butchered it. I'm trying here. All right, so I'm just gonna go in with my hands and get this mixed up, and I'll come on back. All right, guys, so my chicken has been marinating for about an hour, and so we're gonna continue with the next part of the process. Now, I want to remind you that this is a collaboration, and down in my description box, all of the guys that will be participating, I have the links and the dish that they'll be making. So I would really appreciate it if you go down and check them out, see what they're making. All right, let's go on with our recipe. All right, guys, so we have some sunlight coming in here, so I kind of moved over. And you can see some of my clean dishes there, just ignore those. And I'll show you what we'll do. So you just want to take a spoon of your meat, wet your hand. I have a dish here with some water. You get some meat in your hand like so, or some chicken. And you just put that around it like that. And you just make a little kind of meat lollipop. That's it, very simple. We'll set it down here. I have a greased pan there, and I'll just do another one so you can see. And then I'll continue and do the rest, and then we'll come back and cook them. Just put it in the middle like that. And you just use your hand to shape it, like so. Yeah? All right, next time I come back, we'll start cooking. Now, I'm gonna run out of lemongrass sticks, so I have some skewers here that we can use. Same process, grab it in your hand, shape it like that, put the stick in the middle, and go around it. Yeah? Okie dokie. All right, guys, so my skewers are ready. I have a cast iron pan here. It's the kind of one with grill lines. You don't have to use that. You can use a frying pan. You can put it outside on the grill. But we're going to use this for today. And we're just going to take our skewers and put them in here gently. I could probably fit a couple more. And I'll go ahead and cook these. Now, you don't want to cook them too fast because you want to make sure that the meat is actually being cooked on the inside. You don't want the outside to be burnt and the inside is not done, okay? I'll be back. Okay, guys, as you can probably tell, some of these have the grilled pan marks and some are just kind of smooth like that one. I decided to do that in a frying pan just in the interest of time and to see the difference it'll make. Each of these took about, I would say, 7 to 8 minutes. Just don't leave your flame on too high because you want to make sure everything cooks through. But look at that, it holds on pretty nicely. And I will do a taste test. Alright guys, so it's been a while since I've done a taste test, but I'm going to do one today. This is what I'm tasting. Look at that. Yummy. Okay? Really nice. It smells really nice and aromatic. Look at that. Very juicy. Very flavorful. I can taste everything that we put in there. This is really nice. It's not something I would do during the week because it's a little labor intensive. But maybe if you prepare your ingredients ahead of time, do your seasoning the night before and just let it marinate. It's great. Fantastic. I'm going to be serving this with rice. I will post a photo, obviously, for my thumbnail. Now, guys, remember that this is a collaboration. Go on down in the description box and check out what my other friends are doing. Thank you so much for coming back into my kitchen. I will see you next time when I promise to make another delicious recipe. Bye.